Hey guys, it's Aaron from Aaron's Outdoor, and today is my second day in Florida here at Jenny Springs along the Santa Fe River. And yesterday I fished a good 9 hours, paddled like 4 miles upriver and back down, and kind of wore myself out. So I slept in a little bit later today. And instead of doing the same thing today, I kind of want to fish some new water. So I scouted out a new part of the river on my phone before I came down here, and I think that's what I want to try today. It's a little bit more remote. I'm a little worried there's going to be more alligators. The main section I've done in the past right here near Jenny Springs, I've only ever seen one alligator. I think it just gets kayaked so much that there's not many alligators. So that's my one concern for this new spot, but I kind of want to try it out because I love exploring new areas, and I think it could still be some good fishing. So I'm going to go drive over there. I'm assuming there's Suwannee Bass there too, and largemouth. If we get another 14-inch Suwannee Bass, that'd be awesome. Get another certificate. I got 2 of those yesterday, which my past 2 trips down to Florida, I only got 1 per trip. So I'm doing better than my past couple years, but I don't know. We'll see, and hopefully we'll be on some fish. All right, I'm at the spot that I'm planning on fishing today, and I did mention earlier, this is the Santa Fe River. It's the same river that I was fishing yesterday. There's a bunch of Suwannee Bass in here. The only reason I thought this part of the river might not have them is because it goes underground like a few hundred yards that way and then comes back up. Which is really weird. I mean, most rivers don't do that. So I just wasn't sure, but I'm pretty sure they're still up here. But apparently you're not supposed to kayak down that way. That's where the river goes underground. I guess it's kind of unsafe. I mean, that makes sense. I don't want to be like, sucked underground or whatever. So that's kind of unfortunate because there's a few shoals right there before it goes underground. I thought that might be some good Suwannee Bass area. So I'm just gonna have to kayak upstream from here, which is mainly slower water without shoals. So may not be as good, but I still want to, fish a new area and just see what we can come up with. All right, I'm finally on the water. It's about 10:30. It gets dark around 6. I don't know if I'll fish that long today or not, because I went pretty hard yesterday, paddled up, like 4 miles. Today, I mean, I don't feel as good about this spot because I was really wanting to try that area with the shoals over there, but I think there's definitely fish in here, and we'll see if we can catch them. Oh, I had a fish. May or may not have been a bass, but definitely had a fish on there. Right off that rock. There's a nice little rock pile up ahead too. So that's why I threw the craw up in there. See if it'll bite again. Got him. Ooh, what is this? It's a bass. Okay, chill. Finally got a fish. All right, it's a little largemouth. So I say finally, it hasn't been that long, but I'm not feeling too great about this part of the river. I mean, if I just catch a few more small fish and it doesn't seem good, I may just go back to the other part of the Santa Fe. This has been like super shallow, and like there's one tiny shoal, but that shoal, like everywhere around it was like a foot or less. So I'm like, it's not the most ideal, but if fishing starts to be really good here, maybe I'll stay. All right, we got the skunk out of the boat. I mean, I've only been out here for a little over 30 minutes, so that's not terrible, but that other part of the Santa Fe I was on yesterday was on fire, so we'll stay here a little longer, see what happens. There's one. Maybe a little better than the last one. Right off this rock pile. They both come right off rocks. Pretty sure it's a largemouth. Oh no, it's a Suwannee, I think. All right. Oh no, both of them have bit it a little deep. Okay, he's not too deep. But there we go, Suwannee Bass. So they are up here. I mean, I thought they'd probably be. I was just not totally sure because the river goes underground or whatever, but I'll take that. Well, it's not too bad of a Suwannee. I mean, he's kind of small, probably about 10 inches, but this guy was right off a rock, and so was that largemouth. There's not many rocks in this part of the river. So if I can find certain rock piles, maybe I'll stay here a little longer. But if I'm just gonna catch tiny little bass like that at this spot, I think it's just more worth it to go to where I was fishing yesterday. There's another bite. Ooh, next cast actually. It's another Suwannee. Whoa. Oh my gosh. What is this? Oh, it's a Suwannee. Oh no, dude, they're engulfing it. Like every single one. I haven't hooked a single one on the lip yet. I guess they're biting it like super fast. They're really engulfing it. All right, tiny little guy there. Got one. This one seems bigger. Maybe not that much bigger, but seemed like a good spot. It's a nice current up here. I think some rocks too. Oh my gosh. They're engulfing this craw. I hope he's not gut hooked. Like every single one has gotten like gut hooked. I kind of feel bad. I don't know what it is. They just are engulfing it here. But another Suwannee. So we've actually got 3 Suwannee and only 1 largemouth now, which I'd much rather catch these, you know, because I never catch Suwannee bass. I can catch largemouth all the time. Another beautiful little Suwannee. This one, actually, the hook came out pretty easy on this one, so that's good. He should be good to go. Oh, it looks like there's another shoal up here too. Maybe I'll actually get into some better areas. Stay here longer. Oh, that's a fish. Another little one. Surely this one's not. Oh! What is this? Oh, it's just a red breast. For a second I thought it was I thought this was a spotted sunfish at first. I don't even know how this one got hooked, but he's hooked on the lip right there. A spotted sunfish. Nah, this has got to be a red breast. The spotted sunfish, you can get a little certificate if you get one that's 7 inches. I don't even know. This might be a 7-inch red breast, but they get bigger than those spotted sunfish. Well, it's another fish. I let this one bite it maybe too long again. Oh, he came off. I don't know what that was. Might have been a largemouth. This river is weird. It's so shallow right here. There'll be like no rock, then all of a sudden, look at all that. There's like a rocky shoal. All right, I think I'm gonna get ready to head back down. I could probably get up the river from here if I really wanted to, up through the middle there. But since the fishing really isn't that good here, I think I'm gonna go back to Jenny Springs. There's just not a lot of productive water. A lot of this river, or this area of the river, is really shallow. And I mean, I just don't think the potential of catching a big fish is anywhere near as likely as the other part of the river I was fishing. And I think I'll catch more at the other part of the river anyway. That's something. Sunfish is biting like crazy. Oh, do I have them still? Oh yeah, I do. Another sunfish. I'm not dying to catch these. I'd rather be catching Suwannee bass. That's like part of the river, like I feel like it just has a lot of sunfish and not like bass or something. I just don't know how there's not any fish over here. It's so shallow. I think like somewhere over there would be a fish. Oh, there's one. It's a largemouth, or I think it's a Suwannee. I'm about to go down this shoal. Oh. All right, we got a tiny little Suwannee. This one's kind of funky looking. His tail looks kind of extra small or something. But it's another fish. I finally got one at the top of that shoal. That shoal looked so good. It was just kind of shallow up there. So, you know, maybe there's only a few little guys. Be a fish under this tree. This tree looks too good. So, oh, that's a fish. Oop. Actually not bad. Don't shake it, don't shake it. It's a pretty good Suwannee actually. Under this tree. I don't know if it's gonna be 14 or anything. We finally got a decent fish out of this spot. All right. Not a bad Suwannee. It's probably at least like 12. Maybe 12 and change. All right, well there's a solid Suwannee. He was 12 and a half inches. That's a good one, like a 14 incher, you get the award. So not bad, especially for this part of the river. It's smaller up here, and like I said, there's a lot of shallow water, so I think that's definitely a really solid one for this part of the river. But we'll let him go. He was right off that big tree. I casted there on the way up. You know, you'd think there'd be a fish there. It's such a big piece of structure. All right, it's currently 12:48, so I only fished here for like 2 hours. Still caught some fish, but they're mostly smaller, and I definitely don't think it's as good as, you know, the place I was fishing yesterday. So I think I'm gonna go back there, load my kayak back on the truck, and hopefully end out the day with a lot more fish. All right, it's about 2 o'clock now, so we still got almost 4 hours till dark, probably more like 3 hours and 45 minutes, but that's plenty of time to catch some fish. There's one. Little Suwannee Bass. Oh. All right, y'all can probably hear the music blasting. It only took about 15 minutes to get one, but there's a bunch of blasting music. I might even have to voice over this part. So I'm gonna try to paddle upriver past where all these people are tubing, but first one at this spot. Wow, well, I was not expecting this many people to be on the river. Maybe I should have stayed where I was earlier, but I think once I get past Jenny Springs, it'll clear up a little more. Oh, there's an alligator. This is the first gator I've seen this trip. This one's actually pretty close to Jenny Springs. All right, now I'm going to it. I don't want to go too close to it. It's pretty big. See, look, he's scared of me. That one. Oh my gosh. They keep coming off on this hugger, mate. Alright, I just missed a couple. Hopefully this one won't come off. Sometimes it's easier for the small ones to come off in the hugger, mate. Like compared to a Texas rig. I can't tell. I think it's a largemouth, maybe Suwannee. Ooh. Alright, it's a Suwannee. So here's my second fish of the day at this spot. I've missed a couple tiny largemouth, one of which I missed like 2 seconds ago, but there's a little guy. Nice little Suwannee bass. Love catching these fish. It's definitely what makes the trip. Oh, do they have a tongue patch? It looks like they kind of do. I didn't know that, but I guess they do. All right, I'll let him go. We just got to this island and I've already missed a fish and now just caught that one. Oh, I got a fish. No way. On the bull shad. All right. Don't come off. He's not that big, but it gives me some confidence on this thing. All right. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, fishing hasn't been near as good as yesterday on this part of the river. So I was kind of like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna throw this new bull shad I got on. And I actually caught a fish on it, even though it's kind of small. It's kind of crazy. This bass, maybe 12 inches, was trying to eat this big old 6-inch bait. I was definitely expecting a fish bigger than this, but hey, it's another fish. I'm honestly just glad I caught one on it, and it actually didn't take that long. It's about 4:20, so we have like an hour and a half till dark. All right, well, I did not make an outro this day of fishing, probably because I was a little bit frustrated. You know, there's that saying that you shouldn't leave fish to find fish, which is kind of what I did this day of fishing. You know, I was catching fish at that other section of the river. Yeah, they weren't that big, but I thought I would have better luck at the part of the river that I had caught a ton of fish at the day before. But when I went back to that part of the river, there was just like a ton of people tubing, you know, blasting music. It wasn't even just the people on the tubes. Like, you know, there's people camping along the river that just have speakers and were like blasting music. So I think that definitely affected the fishing in that part of the river, which did make it harder. But nonetheless, overall, I think the fishing was worse there, because even when I got above all the music and all that craziness, the fishing wasn't very good either. You know, I only caught a couple fish up there. In total, I caught like 3 fish in close to 4 hours on that section of the river, where in about 2.5 hours on the other section that I was at the beginning of the day, I had caught like 8 fish. So obviously, looking back on it, I kind of wish I had just stayed at that one new section of the river, kept going upriver, kept exploring. You know, I think if it had gotten a little deeper up there, you know, there could have been some bigger fish. The part I was fishing was pretty shallow, but there's still fish there. So I should have stayed there, but y'all are gonna wanna stay tuned for my next video, day 3 of my trip in Florida. I kind of had a new game plan to just totally avoid the Jenny Springs area, the river, to avoid those tubers and whatnot. And I ended up catching a bunch of fish on the section of river I fished on day 3. So y'all are gonna wanna make sure to stay tuned for that next video. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, but I'll catch y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.